Hi everyone, my name is Melissa. I am the owner and esthetician at Skin Scent Studio in Floresville, Texas. These are some crazy times that we're going through right now. I think it's really hard on everybody being on lockdown, quarantine, whatever you want to call it, shelter in place. We're all being forced to stay in our homes a lot more right now than we've ever been used to before. While it's really hard, I also feel like it's a very big blessing for us to spend more time with our families and have some more downtime because we usually don't get very much of that on a normal basis. But at the same time, I feel like it's really important to take care of yourself, do some self-care, even if it means having to lock yourself in the bathroom for 30 minutes or an hour. Especially if you have kids at home. We all need a little bit of quiet time, doing something just for ourselves, just to kind of lift your spirits and help you to feel better. So I have put together some facial kits. My phone was gonna die. I put together some at-home facial kits. They're all totally customized. So if you message me and tell me, my skin is oily or it feels congested, I've got a lot of blackheads, then we're gonna focus on those concerns. If your concerns are just anti-aging or a brightening pigment, if your skin is dry, whatever you have going on, I'm going to customize the kit so that we can really focus on those concerns. And one of the big kind of popular items that I wanted to include is the Gua Sha tools. So these are really great to perform some facial massage at home. They increase blood circulation. They're helping to drain the lymphatic fluid, which helps to drain toxins. So it's just overall really rejuvenating for the skin. You get a lot of good benefits as far as firming, tightening, oxygenating the skin. So it's great for anti-aging, but it's really great for any age. So you can use these, there's different shapes, and so your kit is gonna come with one of these that kind of looks similar to this. Some of them focus on certain areas. You can really do whatever you want with them as far as different things that you want to focus on, but I'm going to kind of go over how each of them works a little bit differently. Sometimes, like if you have acne or congested skin, it's good to put these in the freezer. When they come in your little kit, they're going to come wrapped up in a little baggie like this, so you could actually just put them straight into the freezer like this so that it's wrapped up. You don't want to just stick it in there. You want it to be protected. But then if you leave it in there for a couple hours, it's going to be nice and cold, and that helps a lot with inflammation. If you have any breakouts or any kind of like the deep cystic, inflamed, painful kind of breakouts, cold therapy, cryotherapy is really the best thing for that because it's going to reduce that inflammation. So you could take it out cold, work it along the skin wherever you have breakouts. If you have one of those really deep ones, you can kind of hold it there and just really kind of treat that certain spot. They don't stay cold for a long time, but you really only need a few minutes, so do your few minutes. Then you can do a little bit of the massage with it even if it's not cold anymore. But let's look at the kits first so I can kind of show you what's in there. And then once we get to the Gua Sha step, and I'm really not sure, people say that different ways, Gua Sha, but once we get to that step, then I'll show you a little bit more about techniques. And there's a lot of videos out there that go over different techniques of how to do these. So when you get your kit, it's going to have printed instructions, and so it kind of looks like a lot, but it's really helpful because it's going to go over each of the steps with you. When I promoted these, I put that it was really like a one-time use only facial at home, but as I was putting them together, I realized there's actually a lot more products in these little containers, and I think you can get a good 2 treatments out of this. Some of the products like the cleanser, serum, moisturizer, you'll probably have even a little bit more to use. So your first step, of course, is going to be cleansing. So you'll find your little container labeled cleanser. And like I said, this has enough for probably 3 or 4 uses in it. I've included some little sticks so that you're not using your finger and contaminating. So you'll just open it up, take out about a pea-size amount, and then you're actually gonna, you want to, of course, start with clean hands. I know we're all washing our hands a lot here lately, so definitely start out with clean hands. If you have a lot of makeup on, I would go ahead and remove all of your makeup just with your regular cleanser so that you can get the most benefit out of this cleanser. These cleansers that I've included with the kit, they are more of what we call like a treatment cleanser. So they're doing a lot more than just cleansing the skin. They're doing a little bit of mild exfoliation and really preparing the skin for the treatment. So you're gonna have your instructions on there. The enzyme cleanser is best to use on dry skin. There's a couple different cleansers that I've included with these kits. A lot of them have the enzyme cleanser. Some have more of like a creamy hydrating cleanser. It just really depends on your skin type. But you'll put this on the skin dry, kind of get your fingers wet a little bit, and then just massage, okay? And then after you rinse and pat dry, you're gonna move on to your exfoliant. So the exfoliating product that comes with your treatment, a couple of them have like the little granules that you're used to feeling in scrubs and different things like that. Some are just kind of like a creamy feeling mask, and they have some good active ingredients in there that help to really purify the pores, lift up those dead skin cells, and give you some good exfoliation. And with these also, I would say like at least 2 treatments out of this. These are all professional grade products, and so a little bit goes a long way. You just need a thin layer, and I put that in the instructions. But just use your little stick and maybe take out like half to maybe like a third of the product, and then follow your directions for that. The next thing in most of the kits, your next step is going to be your mask treatment. And that's just going to be a product that's going to hydrate, nourish, just treat whatever concerns that you have with your skin. And then for our 4th step is going to be the facial oil. And so even if you have, you know, you're gonna say, oh, my skin's oily, I don't want to use an oil on my skin. Oils are actually really beneficial for all skin types. And we're gonna be using this and then removing it. So don't worry about, you know, your skin getting too much oil or anything. But the oil, it's gonna come in like a little container like this. And you wanna just use like a couple drops of this. You don't need a whole lot, just a couple drops. Kind of warm it between your hands a little bit. And after you remove your mask, you're going to use a warm, damp washcloth to remove that. Kind of leave a little bit of moisture on the skin. You don't want your skin really dry. You want to have a little bit of moisture on there. So you're going to work that oil in your hands and then just kind of press all over, press that into the skin. You can massage it a little bit with your fingers if you feel like you need to, but you really just want to kind of press it into the skin. And then you'll take your tool for massaging. Oh, and don't forget the neck. You want to put some oil on the neck because we're going to be working on that area also. So this is the most, one of the most common shapes for these tools. Some of them kind of look like this, and they have like these little indentions here. This is the one I use a lot, and it also has the little comb side, which you can actually kind of do a little bit of like a scalp massage. It's stimulating, so that's good for the scalp area if you want to do that. But when you start on for your facial treatment, you're going to start on the neck. We're going to be starting down here and working our way up, and you just want to go in upward motions like that. You can kind of go up and like back this way, so it's kind of like a little bit of at a diagonal, and I don't have any oil on my skin, so it's gonna drag a little bit, but this is gonna give you a nice tightening, and we're working those muscles. you don't want to use a super hard pressure, but you don't want to go too light either. You really want to be working those muscles under the skin, and so you definitely want to feel it, but you don't want it to be painful. And we don't ever go over the trachea area. You could do like a little bit right here. Either way, just to work that area, but not over this area. So then you'd go to the other side, do your little motions, and then we'll go into the facial area. And so for that, you're just going to be kind of lifting and going up towards the ear. You can hold it like this and go up there, and you want to kind of complete that. My kids are yelling right now. We'll see how much longer I get before someone tries to knock the door down. Or you can go like this. There's not a whole lot of like right or wrong to this, as long as you're going in that upward motion. Now these little indentions here, these are good for like around the eye area. You can see like it's curved a little bit, so it goes right over that bone right there. You can also kind of just lift, and we're always just kind of lifting up and outward. You can work, I need to work this area. I don't like seeing myself on video, but this is one of those areas I think we all kind of have some concerns with as we age. So kind of lift that area up and then this way. And so some of these areas, just depending like on your comfort level, you know, you can go all the way up, or if you really just want to focus on that area, you see how I'm just kind of working just in that area. The lip area, like for lip lines, we're gonna go up and in like that. And then the forehead area, I like to do some upward motions, and you can really focus on this area right here, go all the way up. So we're going upward. And then you can also do like some little outward motions like this. So there's a lot of different videos out there that have different techniques and different ways of doing this. I think it's just kind of, you know, the more you do it, the more you get comfortable with it, and you can really feel, you know, those muscles being worked down there, you know, under the skin. You can feel it. And so once you're doing it on yourself, you're like, oh, okay, I feel, you know, I feel that this is doing something, and you kind of feel where you need to go with the tool. But like I said, there's really no, you know, perfect right or wrong way to do it. You just always want to kind of be going up and outward with it. And like I said, there's different shapes for these. This one looks like this, and so you can use it like this. You could use it like this. You could use this side, just kind of play around with it. This one has kind of a different shape. I like this one because it's just a little easier to hold on to. And you can also use this area. This one I like to use cold, and kind of, you can roll it along the skin, kind of like those rollers. And so you get the benefits of the cold, and then you get the massage benefits as well. And so all of these you can use in any area. One of them, this one kind of focuses a little bit more on the eye area, and it's great to do cold. You can do a little bit, I forgot to show this area, because you can do that area with any of these. And with that area, I just kind of like to lift and hold, and probably wait like a few more seconds if you're doing it at home. Just lift and hold for a few seconds. But this one, you know, you can massage with it really any way you want. This one's good like for the lip area, or you can use it, you know, like I was showing you around the eyes. You can lift, you can get like a good lift right in here, that way. So I just kind of took everybody's concerns and as far as the tools, decided which one was going to benefit you the most. But they really, you know, no matter the shape, they all work very similarly. But then with these, you want to wash them with just warm soapy water, dry it off really good, and then if you want, you can wrap it back up and keep it in your bag so that you have a place to keep it nice and clean. But then after you finish that step, you're gonna take a clean, warm, damp washcloth, just kind of press it into your skin, kind of gently pat. We don't really need to completely remove the oil, but we want to kind of just make it like melt into the skin, so that we can massage that in just a little bit more, and then follow with your serum. If we were to just leave the oil on, it's going to kind of create a little bit of a barrier, and the serum won't be able to penetrate as well. So that's why you're going to do that warm, damp washcloth, almost kind of steaming the skin a little bit, and then just massage whatever is left of the oil in. Then you will take your serum. There's a lot of product in here. The serum, a little bit goes a long way. I would say, you know, like pea-size amount is going to be plenty to cover your entire face. So you'll do that, and then your moisturizer, and that's pretty much it. And like I said, you should have enough product for probably to do like 2 full treatments, and then maybe a little bit extra of the cleanser, serum, and moisturizer to use those a couple more times. But you can message me or text me if you have any questions, and I'll help you go over those steps a little bit more. If you have any questions on just any concerns that you have with your skin, or what kind of products are good for you to use at home, I'm happy to help. So thank you, and I hope everyone stays healthy and safe, and I hope to see everybody soon. Bye-bye.